Hey, how are you? I'm going to do a little cooking today, so you want to just out. I'll definitely come back to you later on, but just hang out and watch. Do some video and some cooking. Hey guys, it's David, and I'm back in the kitchen today, which of course, you know, is one of my favorite places to be. So today, I'm going to make, I got a recipe for a Japanese cucumber salad. I found this dish at one of our local Japanese restaurants, and I really liked it, so I thought I'd try to make it. So I printed off a recipe, and I'm going to go through the process and show you guys what I do and see if it's any good. So just hang loose, make some friends, and we'll catch up. Here's one thing I want to share with you. In the United States, all of our fruits and vegetables come with a waxy coating on them. Now, if you're just going to peel it completely, no big deal. But in my dish, I'm going to leave a little bit of the peel on. So I'm going to have to spend a few minutes washing these in the sink with hot water and rinse them off really well to get that wax off of it. All right, let's see what's going on with my recipe, what it tells me to do. So I don't know how many people are going to be at this. So I basically have 10 big old cucumbers that I'm going to use. So I'm definitely going to have to multiply the recipe. Ooh. All right. So some of our ingredients: cucumbers, salt, pepper, a tablespoon of sugar, or a little less if we use honey, a little bit of soy, some rice wine vinegar, sesame oil, sesame seeds. So it's a real simple dish. So I should be able to make it. And if you see me hobbling around, don't worry about it. I have a boot on my foot, so I kind of bounce around. Now, I'm not an expert cucumber peeler by any chance. But what I normally do so that I can get nice pieces is I try to cut off the ends. Then I want to keep some peel on these. So I'm going to try to be a little careful about what I do. Don't know how well it's going to work. There we go. So I'm going to try. My end goal is going to be to have just a little bit left of the peel. So a little bit of love and care will go a long ways when doing this. Of course, to have good flavor, not too much bitterness, you want to try to get down to the white flesh. Okay? Throw that in my trash pile. Oh, yeah. And since I'm not the greatest hand-eye coordination person, and I want to make these neat, I'm going to try to cut these in, 4/8 or so. And then I'm going to finish chopping them up. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right across the peeling. So I even have a smaller section. Then I'm going to come back and do that again. Nice, looking good. All right, now these are too big. So now I'm going to basically just slice them a little thinner. Nothing has to be perfect in my world. I know there's a lot of people out there that just love to make everything perfect, and I think that's absolutely wonderful. It's just not something I'm very good at. And if you got a little bit too much green, just go ahead and use your knife and cut it off. Because I actually enjoy eating cucumber skin, but I know a lot of people don't. And then in this salad, from all the restaurants I've been to that serve this kind of salad, there's just a little bit of skin on it, not much. And I will admit that Japanese restaurant, they seem to have a very fancy way of cutting their cucumbers so that they're really pretty. And how they do that, I don't know. maybe one of these days I'll ask the guy. And I know the folks we're going to later will probably think, what in the world is this guy doing making a summer salad in the middle of winter? Well, that's why I make it. I'm a firm believer that if we can wish for summer to get here, then maybe to get here a little sooner. So I like to make, even though it's hard because there's not very many fresh vegetables and fruits in this part of the country during the winter, I like to try to make summery dishes during the winter. Maybe it just makes me feel better about how cold it is outside. Let me get a drink of my beverage first. Now we have 10 cucumbers. These are really big. So I'm starting to think I may not have to use all 10. Because I don't think we're having a gigantic event tonight. These pillars I'm using are really nice, but they are problematic. They get clogged up and, they can be a little cumbersome. I like them because they have kind of a bigger handle versus the knife or round handle. But if you don't have one of these, just use a knife. And I actually like to cut my cucumbers until you just about see the seeds right there. And for me, that's getting rid of those end pieces is good. And I'll cut those in a minute. Kind of getting my groove on now. Well, see this little piece is broken? I think I'm gonna eat that one. Japanese food is some of my favorite food in the world. I do enjoy Filipino food very much and Thai food. I do really like Thai. We like the spiciness of Thai food. But with Japanese food, I just think it has the best clean, crisp flavors that you can get anywhere. I would love one of these days to get to go to Japan and hang out. Well, I broke that piece. I better eat it. And some of these bigger chunks of cucumber like this, I'll try to dice it up a little bit thinner. And then the smaller pieces, I cut up a little bit thicker. That way you kind of have about the same mass in each cucumber bite. Yeah, I think that's enough cucumbers. Let's see, how many did I cut up? I cut up 6 cucumbers. Why is that important? It's going to help with our math. So we have to do math. That's why you should stay in school, get your education, so that when you make recipes at home, it's easy for you to do this. So this recipe calls for 2 cups of thinly sliced cucumbers. Instead, let me get my measuring thing out, and we'll just double check how many cups I actually have. All right. So we're going to try to see what we have chopped up. This way we get our recipe right. So, looks like I have chopped up 8 cups of cucumbers, okay? Minus 1 small piece. So just to help me keep organized, I'm gonna write 8 cups versus the 2 cups it says. The other thing I do is I make a lot of the recipes I do over and over, but instead of trying to remember everything, I'll put a date on here in red, because I'm using red today. Today is 2/15, and I make it 8 cups. So I have myself a column, and I'm gonna use this. Next time, maybe I'll make 20 cups, and I'll put that date, and I'll time everything by the 20. It just kind of helps. So let's see. I need about 4 salt tablespoons, which is a lot. I'm going to go light on the salt and play that by ear. So I need about not tablespoon, but teaspoons. I need about 1 teaspoon pepper, which is good. I like pepper in my things. Sugar, looks like I'll need 4 tablespoons. Soy sauce, 4. Rice wine vinegar, we're going to use 1 whole cup. Sesame seed oil, let's use 4 teaspoons of it. And 8 teaspoons of sesame seeds or roasted. And I do have the ones that are already roasted. Now, I might throw a little honey in with this and cut some of the sugar down yet. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to kind of play that by ear. But what they like for us to do now is mix up our salt and pepper. Get my handy dandy tools out. All right, I got me some nice pepper. I better put this on my shopping list. I'm starting to run low. So what they're basically saying is we're going to take our cucumber, salt, and pepper and mix it up gently. Just fold it all together. Ooh-wee, you can smell that pepper. So we're going to go some pepper. Here, let's add a little extra for measure. Let's see here. Doesn't call for any special salt. So I'm going to go light on the salt because you got to remember soy has a lot of sodium in it. So I'm going to go light on that, and I may add some as I taste it later. I usually like to use kosher salt for a lot of dishes like this, and the Himalayan salt is also a really good addition to things. So we're going to kind of stir this up. then they said that we can add our sugar, honey, soy, and rice. Okay. Let me, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to use honey or sugar, or a little bit of less sugar and a little bit of honey. So I'm thinking about that. Let's do that. I'm going to cut our honey down. Our sugar down. And add some honey to the dish. And today, that looks about like enough. I'm trying to follow the recipe. I really like the salad they had. But if I was being creative, man, I'd put some fresh ginger in this, maybe some tomatoes and all kinds of things you could add to this dish to make it really good. Now in America, we would add cream cheese or yogurt and make it really rich and creamy is what we would be doing. But I am trying to stick to the Asian flavors. All right, now I think we're ready for our soy sauce with sesame oil. All right, let's see what the recipe says. So we have our sugar and honey combination in it, and then we're going to add some soy. Tablespoon of soy. So since I changed the recipe, if you remember right, I need to put 4 tablespoons of soy. One, 2, 3, and 4. Let me go ahead and stir that around before I add the other ingredients. All right, let me get that vinegar in there. So we're going to use, now this is apple cider vinegar versus rice wine vinegar. I use this because this is what my wife really likes. Now it's calling for 1 cup of vinegar. I think that's too much. We don't like extremely strong vinegar. So I'm gonna go gentle and do a tasting to see about the vinegar. And add it in kind of slowly. We're getting a very nice coat of everything on these. Let me try one of my cucumbers. Okay, so I think I'm okay with a little bit more vinegar. Here in the United States, growing up, my grandparents, who were very, 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 very American, you know, they used to make, and maybe this is one of the reasons I don't like vinegar so much, they used to make tomatoes and onions and pickles or cucumbers, and they would soak them in just vinegar, strong vinegar, and they would have that for dinner all the time. I could never figure out how they could eat that stuff. Same thing like sauerkraut. Well, my grandparents I'm talking about, their heritage is German, so maybe that's where they get it from. But ooh-wee, I am not somebody who can do a lot of vinegar. All right, now sesame oil. Now I'm gonna cause with my doubling. This calls for 4 teaspoons. And what I'm gonna do is put half in, stir it up, and see how it tastes. Because I don't want to overdo it. Sometimes sesame oil can be really, really strong also. But let's get that in there. And then I think one thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to let it marinate. It's going to marinate quite a bit because we don't leave for a couple of hours. But one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to refrigerate it. But after I let it sit a while in the marinade, I'm gonna probably drain it so my salad's a little bit drier. All right, we ready for me to try another one? That's getting good. Let's put the other half of our sesame oil in. I think it needs it. All right, let's get this puppy stirred up too. And I'm starting to think I might hit it with a tiny bit more vinegar also. But let me get this in here. And you know, the first time you make a dish, I think it's really important that you taste things, you taste flavors, see what you think before you go and just keep adding and doing. You know, I think that's the best way to do it. I think that's really good. It doesn't quite have the flavor as the Japanese restaurant that I'm referring to, but I'm going to talk to them about theirs, what they do. A little bit more vinegar. And here's the really good news. Now that I have some really good cucumbers left over, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice these babies up, and I'm going to make cucumber and cream cheese grilled sandwich, which if I grill the bread, and then lay the cream cheese, you let it melt a little bit, and then I layer me some thin cucumbers. Woo, that's a good sandwich. I better have another drink of my beverage. Sesame seeds. Let's see. 8 teaspoons. All right. I hope my Filipino and American friends like this salad. And let me taste one more with the sesame I put on it, if I can get it. I think that's really nice. I think it's a very simple salad. Let me get some more sesame seeds out of there. And as you guys know, sesame seeds and sesame oil has kind of an earthy taste to it. And as this marinates, it's really going to take on a nice flavor for that. And that's really pretty much the entire salad. Real simple. There's a real simple salad. This is Japanese cucumber salad. Apparently this recipe comes from Wolfgang Puck. It's made up of cucumbers, salt, pepper, sugar, soy, vinegar, sesame oil, and sesame seeds. Real simple and nice salad. And since this is the first time making it, I tried to keep it as close to the recipe as possible. But I can see I'm going to make this again, and I'm going to change some things. I'm going to add some things. All right, I'm going to let it marinate in this bowl while I'm in the refrigerator. All right, so that's Japanese cucumber salad, Wolfgang Puck style. I'm going to do some more research and see if I can find something truly from a Japanese master and see if there's a difference and maybe try that out. I better get some dishes washed. All right, guys, I think I will. Sorry about that. Here. All right, folks, I think that takes care of my salad making for the day. Just wanted to share. And thank you, my new friend, for watching. And we will definitely come visit you at your house. And take care, guys. Bye-bye.